All right. All right, guys, welcome back to the Play On podcast with Jerry and Jesse. This is episode 77. Jesse, you're laughing because I still want to say let's play. Let's play. Um, yeah, there's not too much things going on, but we are going to talk about the Champions League. But first and foremost, make sure to like and subscribe. You guys have been watching. We've been noticing there's been an uptick a little bit on views, so thank you guys for watching. But yeah, mostly we're going to focus on Champions League. But before we do that, there's one of the biggest news that came out, which was Daniel Levy, one of the most hardest negotiators out there in the football world, has stepped down from the role in Spurs. Jesse, I'm pretty sure a bunch of executives outside of Tottenham are excited that he finally left.
Yeah, maybe not just him, some of the players, because he was like you said, toughest negotiators for not just like buying players, but selling players as well. Because whenever you're trying to buy a player from Spurs, it'd be a hard negotiation because he would get every penny that he could. I remember the when we signed Gareth Bale in like what 2013, it lasted until deadline day because he got as much as he could from the deal.
Yeah. Um, there, in a way, you do appreciate it, but it could also hurt your club. I think Barcelona needs someone like that right now, just to make sure like they don't go on outspend someone and just panic buy. And same thing like with him, like that's something you do appreciate. He gets the most money out of his players. Barcelona, Barcelona needs that right now.
Yeah, because he was good because even though you don't always agree with his transfer methods, he was always thinking about the future and he would make good sneaky pickups that people like he wasn't always competing with like the big clubs to like outbuy players because he was
Mhm.
like we don't have the money to do that, the budget. But he would always pick up players that would could develop and eventually sell on for more money. And we've seen it happen like multiple times that they get a player and you're like, wow, why is he at Spurs? Because you're like, it's such a horrible club to go to, but they're just so good. Because I like Moussa Dembele, he got him from Fulham for like I think 15 and 20 million, and he what a player.
Yeah. So there's a track record of him having a bunch of players. He brought in Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, maybe, but I can't remember. But yeah, it's he's a genius. I wonder where he goes next, especially like it was such a huge surprise for him to just leave. I don't think anyone expected it, and plus he had his last summer with Spurs, and I don't think he did too bad of a job. Sure, he got poached by Arsenal, but I think you even said it that they got a better player in Xavi Simons and a younger player.
Yeah, and I think he was with the club for 25 years, and I think it's like a pseudo role because I think he was like chairman slash owner. So maybe he just like relinquishes the chairman role and like takes off a more offhand approach and just like watches over the club, or maybe he sells in the future. But I think up until like his role until like 2019, where they basically stopped buying a lot in the transfer window because they were building that stadium, which at the time people were upset about, but now it generates so much money that they could have like transfer windows that they've just had because like it's like one of the best stadiums in the world and it generates so much income from them outside of football because they have the NFL going there and hosting their games there. They have it hosting like all these concerts and they just make money off of it. But it's allowing them to become a bigger spending power in the market.
Yeah, definitely. And with them being in Champions League and successfully winning the Europa League last season, they have something over Arsenal that they've never done, which is a European Championship.
Yeah.
So all in all, Tottenham lost a great, what would you say, executive management, GM, whatever he was. He was a bunch of things, and we'll see what he does next time. We'll see what Spurs does and try to replace someone in that role. It's gonna be a lot of thinking to do because they can't just put anyone in there. Because with Man U management in there, it's chalk.
I think I saw reports saying that they were going to get the Italian guy that they had. You remember him? He moved over from Juventus. It was the summer
Yeah,
or the winter that they got Kulu and Bentancur from Juventus. He followed them along, or like he went first and then brought them along. But he was banned because of, the whole Juventus situation that happened afterwards about, finances.
yeah.
So he was banned from football for like a year or two, and now he's back. So I think he'll probably take up the step up in the role and like handle, transfers and things like that.
Yeah, it's funny because it's not a great start to the role instantly when you get banned over financial situations. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. Maybe they get Yildiz. You never know. I know you wouldn't be too happy about that.
No, it's actually even worse. I've seen reports saying that Barcelona is becoming really enamored with him and they want to buy him, which knows. What's up with Barcelona always going after the guys that, I like, dude?
That just makes you a Barca fan, dude. Think alike.
No, I think they just listen to me. They just hate watching. They're like, I'm gonna get that player to piss them off.
Yeah, maybe. All right, we're gonna start it off right away with the Champions League. So the draw was almost like what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Um, a lot of surprising things came out of this group. Jesse, are you happy with Real Madrid's?
No, because as you seen the Kazakhstan one, it's literally 9 hours of an away trip.
Yeah.
It's literally the furthest you could go, and it's awful because you can have on the weekday you can travel 9 hours to Kazakhstan to play a game, and then you're gonna have to travel back another 9 hours to play in La Liga. So it's awful in that way. Yeah, cara.
And September 30th. So I'm just trying to. I looked up. The only reason I looked it up is because I want to see who they face that week.
I think it's like Atletico Madrid.
I love it. At first, I was kind of mad because, dude, you guys got the first, um, like the first team from Kazakhstan to qualify to the Champions League. I'm like, oh, of course
No,
they get them right.
no.
But then I saw that they had to play away. I'm like, wait, this actually works into our favor, and they actually have to travel and exhaust themselves to try to get points out of it. So September 30th.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
go
then you
from
face Real Madrid.
Villarreal. So from Atletico Madrid to Kazakhstan, and then we come back to play Villarreal.
Then it's Getafe away, then Juventus, and then it's
Yeah,
a great schedule.
we don't have an easy schedule at all because we also get Liverpool, we also get Man City again, which it's basically becoming like a repeat because we've had them for like 4 years in a row. We also have, yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one.
Yeah, here, my bad. Let me go back. So yeah, it's Man City home, Liverpool away, Juventus home, Benfica away, which is not easy. We've talked
Yeah.
about it last season a couple years ago too. It's hard playing in Portugal. Then you got Marseille home, Olympiacos away, which is another tough environment, but I think Real Madrid should be able to take care of that. Monaco at home, and yeah, Karit, the Kazakhstani team. Out of difficulty, out of 10, Jesse, what would you give this?
I'd say it's like up there with one of the toughest. I wouldn't say it's the toughest because there's some home games that I feel like are easier. Uh, I'd say it's a seven. I'd say it's solid.
All right,
7.5.
we're gonna go team by team right here, and they're gonna tell me win or loss. All right, against Man City,
Win,
Liverpool,
win,
Juventus,
win,
Benfica,
win,
Marseille,
win,
Olympiacos,
win.
Monaco,
Draw.
and
And
the
that's a win.
Kazakhstan.
Monaco gave us a lot of troubles last year.
So you have Real Madrid winning everything but drawing once.
Yeah, Jerry, I'm a fan.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, I'm gonna go through Real Madrid. I think you guys beat City because we were
We know
blinded. We had tunnel vision on City. We thought they were gonna do better, but they clearly aren't.
we know the
Lip,
situation they're in, dude. We know how Pep's,
mhm.
losing control.
To Liverpool, I think you guys draw because Liverpool have a defending issue. They concede a lot of goals. I think right now still Real Madrid has issues in the attack, not in the build-up. And I think it might cost them, but Liverpool away is not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. So I think a draw's a pretty good point. Juventus, I think it's a win. Benfica, I think that's a loss because we had Barcelona struggle last year. I think Real Madrid is gonna struggle this year against them. Marseille win, Olympiacos win, Monaco, I think win. And I think this one's gonna be a draw. It's gonna be super shocking because it's gonna be a huge culture shock to the players. It's gonna be something they're not used to.
Yeah, like I know it's that I think that one's probably can be tougher than people think because like I said, it's a 9 hour flight. And
Hmm.
then the fans, because this is the first time they're or like the only chance they're gonna be able to get to be able to see like Real Madrid. So that stadium's gonna be packed, that's gonna be rowdy. They can be
Yeah.
going there to support their team, the first time ever they're in the Champions League. I think it's gonna be very tough.
Now we're gonna go with Barcelona, my team. I don't
Pretty
mind
easy
this group.
group.
Yeah, we kind of got blessed on this one. We still have hard matchups. Like the PSG one, obviously is hard, but Desiree Dua is out, and same thing with Ousmane Dembele. They might not even play the game. So
Yeah.
we got lucky with that. Chelsea's gonna be very tough because of the inconsistency and playing at Stamford Bridge. People are calling it a revenge game, but we know that ref was horrible. Um, the Frankfurt one, I think that's the one a lot of Barcelona fans are looking forward to because if you remember a couple of years ago, they knocked us out of the Europa League and
Yeah.
they invaded the pretty much the
This,
stadium.
yeah, dude, there's more like Frankfurt fans than that I thought they should allow.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna be a good game. Bruges, I think should be simple, but again, not gonna be given a free win, you know?
Hmm.
Slava Prague, again, a really tough stadium. We're playing in the Belgrade. Copenhagen should be manageable. And same thing with Newcastle. It's gonna be interesting seeing Newcastle with their new attackers,
Hmm.
but I think Barcelona should win it just because that chemistry hasn't been built up and they didn't do a preseason with the squad. But I do see Newcastle as a threat though. But luckily we do have them as the first game, so they can't build that chemistry pretty quickly. Now, Jesse, we're gonna go one by one again. Barcelona PSG.
That's a loss.
I got a Barcelona win. Barcelona Chelsea.
I think that's a loss,
I think.
especially because of their away. And like I've mentioned before, Stamford Bridge is a small stadium.
Mhm.
So I think it works against Barca where they don't have a lot of space to work with. So that's why I think their play style doesn't fit the stadium. So I think that's why they lose there, especially.
I think Barcelona win and Pedri has a masterclass. He's been on fire recently. Yamal has been slowly picking it up. He doesn't have the finishing at the moment, but just build up on everything. He's playing great. Frankfurt,
I think that's gonna be cinema, and I think that's a draw though. I think it's gonna be like 3-3 or 4-4.
okay. I have another Barca one. Club Bruges,
That's a win for Barca,
that's
unfortunately.
a win. Olympiacos,
I think another win. Unfortunately for them, they have a tough run.
yeah, I got a Barca win. Slava Prague,
I'll go with the draw. Those fans, they hit different. Eastern European fans, they hit different.
I say it's gonna be a narrow win and Barcelona win by 1 goal. Copenhagen,
I think that's a win for you guys.
I agree. Newcastle, St. James Park,
You say that, but it has like no aura to me.
I got a win.
I'll give it to Newcastle.
So you have Barca lost, tie, you said?
Draw,
Draw, and then a loss at Newcastle.
and then a draw. And did I say draw or loss?
For which one? The Club Brugge one? I think you said
No,
draw.
no, no, Slavia Prague. No, Bruges, I gave you guys a win.
No, yeah, you said draw for Slavia.
Yeah, 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 that one.
Oh,
Hey, you're just like me, Jerry. You gave yourself all wins.
hey, we've seen it last year with Barcelona. They only lost one game, so I think it's possible. And that was the very first game. So I think Barcelona has proven that they can definitely win. Now, PSG Champions League winners from last season, they didn't get so lucky in the group. We
Yeah,
talk about Olympiacos, but look at their teams.
yeah, that's like the worst. I think the worst group on paper it looks like it, but Leverkusen probably is the easiest one now because of the current manager situation.
Hmm. Then Atalanta's interesting too, because we got to see how they're lining up because they lost Gasperini.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be a whole different system that they play. Sure, there's gonna be growing pains.
But they
Uh,
do still have Lookman because no one bought him, surprisingly.
it's not a big enough name, but he was pretty much being flirted with a bunch of squads. So I'm surprised no one pulled the trigger. Athletic Club, I think Nico Williams picked up an injury. Um, Not entirely sure about that, but there's rumors that he came off and injured.
Hmm.
Newcastle, again, that chemistry thing they're gonna build up. Sporting Lisboa is not easy.
Especially away.
Hmm. And Tottenham, I'm very excited to see them. I think that's one of the teams I'm watching again this year because yeah, they're playing great.
Well, we saw what happened in the Super Cup. They almost had to win until they didn't.
Hmm. So
So
a revenge match. Maybe they learn from their past mistakes.
yeah, and plus they'll have more time under Thomas Frank's system, which it looks like is working out very well for them.
Yeah, definitely. So right now, Leverkusen doesn't have a manager. I don't know if they appointed one, but what I've seen, no. But there is rumors that it's either going to that's probably going to be Postecoglou, Ange. So we'll see how that works.
He'll probably have him playing rock and roll football, and then
Get sacked.
yeah,
I was checking Leverkusen to see if they played Tottenham. That would have been cool. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure it wouldn't be a hostile stadium for him. If
No.
they were playing at Spurs, it would have been welcoming for them. Is there any other team you wanted to talk about or specifically call out?
Uh, Arsenal, because I think their group was harder, right? If I remember correctly.
You can see it right here, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go one by one again. Jesse, Arsenal Bayern Munich. This is an infamous matchup. In previous seasons, Arsenal has gotten beaten to a pulp. You think it'll be the same thing this time around?
Obviously, that's why I'm saying it.
So what's gonna be the scoreline?
I'm going 3-1.
I'm saying Bayern Munich win 4-0 because their heritage, again, Bayern Munich has destroyed them multiple times, and I think this will be another occasion
Well,
versus
remember,
Inter.
Harry Kane always scores against them, and then Michele says on great form. So,
Yeah,
yep.
against Inter.
Uh, some people would say like, Inter is a good team, but that was before they uh they changed coaches. I think now they're in the transition period. I think it should be easier for them, but the San Siro does have aura, so I'll give them a generous draw.
So far, Inter has been performing. I would give Inter the edge on this again because Arsenal is going to come out with like four center backs, three CDMs.
Yeah, they play something we call I can't say it.
You could say, dude, terrorist football.
Yeah, there we
Even
go.
holding back, you could say it. Against Atletico Madrid, who is not in the best form in the world right now.
Yeah. But I still think Atletico Madrid has the best player in the game with Julian Alvarez, so I think they get a win.
I don't know. I must say, just because of how Atletico Madrid has been playing, they deserve more. And I think they'll probably figure it out because, again, we've go through this every season. They start off slow, they get hot mid-season, and then they crash. And I think it'll be another occasion if they face them somewhere in the middle, like in November or
Hmm.
October. So I have Atletico Madrid winning as well. Club Brugge.
Then last year they beat them,
I know it
or
was a
was that
shocking
someone,
result.
or was it someone else? Uh, can't remember who it was. Someone had like a shocking result against them.
Was it Atalanta?
Yeah, yeah, it was.
This was
There
in
we go.
February, yeah.
So
If
they
it
have it
was,
in them. They have that dog in them. And plus they're playing at home. I'll give them the win. I'll give them the win.
and
No bias.
Olympiacos.
Yeah, Olympiacos is getting cooked.
Yes, you feel better. Then Slavia Praha.
I'll give it against Slavia Praga. Like I said, Eastern European fans hit different. They're real fans, unlike, British fans. No
Now
plastics there.
the team from Kazakhstan has to travel to the Emirates. Who do you think wins?
I give it to Arsenal, unfortunately.
And then Athletic Bilbao in San Mamés. I think this is a repeat from last season, right?
Yeah. No. They were in Europa. Remember they played Man
Oh,
U and
right.
then they massively let us down.
Yeah.
They can't go t twice in a row, right, Jerry? They can't.
I don't know. With big playing in San Mamés, I want to give Athletic Club the edge, but I think it's gonna be a draw.
Yeah, I'll give it a Southside goal.
And then Liverpool's. Oh yeah, just to bring up Olympiacos, I think we mentioned them a couple times. Yeah, they have a horrible group. They got to face Real Madrid, Barcelona, Leverkusen might be doable. Arsenal, PSV, Ajax, Pafos, and they got to travel to
And then
Kazakhstan. But
yeah.
they're a little bit closer because they're in Greece. But not an easy run for them. And then as far as Liverpool, or we could go to Man City because I think Man City again do or die for Pep this season because they're not playing so good at the moment.
Hmm.
They have Dortmund, Real Madrid, Leverkusen, Villarreal, Napoli, Bodo Glimt, Galatasaray, and Monaco. Do you think they're able to pull off at least 4 wins out of this out of these matchups?
I do.
And who would they be against?
Dortmund, Leverkusen, Monaco, and Bodo Glimt. I think
Oh,
Galatasaray away is gonna be tough.
no, it's a Galatasaray at home.
Oh, still they have o Oshiman.
Hmm.
I still think it's a tough game.
Yeah, I think so. As long as they get 4 wins, they'll qualify to the next round. It's pretty much almost guaranteed.
Hmm.
I think they could be Dortmund. I think they could be Leverkusen. Villarreal. It'll be tough because it's a Spanish team going against Pep, and Spanish teams have that low block that England clubs have never faced. And playing in the Submarino and El Madrigal, it's gonna be hard. So I think they have the Dortmund game, the Leverkusen game. I think they could beat Galatasaray. I think they could beat Bodo Glimt. And Monaco will probably be the outlier and
Hmm.
harder to predict. Napoli, I think Napoli's gonna make strides this season. So I don't know.
Dude, Napoli, McTominay's coming back to Manchester and he's leaving his presence known.
It'll be cool to see because yeah, he's on fire. What is he playing? Right middle?
Left middle, last
Left
time I
middle.
saw.
And what do you think the chances of them qualifying to the next round are? Because they have interesting again matches.
I wouldn't bet against them. I think they have a good shot.
Yeah, me too. Um, yeah, I'm just looking. I think the toughest one is Man City, Benfica. PSV, I think it's possible because again, PSV last year they crashed out,
Hmm.
and then they're lucky they're facing Sporting at home. Then as far as Liverpool, I think that's probably one of the few last teams to go over.
That one's a tough schedule too.
Hmm. But I mean, I feel no remorse to them. I don't feel empathy to them. They spent 500 million. They better come out of this group or be on top in the table.
Well, they have a loss right there with Real Madrid,
They gotta play Inter away, which again, tough. And me and you were
Frankfurt
like,
away,
yeah, Frankfurt away.
Galatasaray away, and Marseille away. Those are like tough because we saw. You remember the video I sent you of the Marseille fans? They go
Hmm.
crazy as well. Like those four away games are all tough away games because those fans show up and they're loud.
Again, I'm very interested to see, and that's the one thing I'm gonna do is watch the Liverpool game next up whenever they play in the league. Is if Alexander Isak starts and how they're gonna play with him being in there now. Because Words is playing, but he's struggling, not
Mhm.
playing great.
Well,
And
he looked recently in this international break. He looked better with Germany, and it's like
mhm.
a completely different system. He looked better than he does at Liverpool. So it looks like he really is struggling with that transition, like we said.
Yeah, and forcing Alexander Isak into the lamp would again put another roadblock because again they don't have the chemistry. Etequita at least did the preseason. Gakpo did the preseason. Is this gonna mess up everything for Liverpool? And again, it's not like they're not gonna play them. That you have to. You spent this much money on the players, so I don't know. As far as this, I think they beat Real Madrid. I think they tied to Inter. I think they could beat Atletico
Hold up.
Madrid.
We're not just walking over that. You think they beat Real Madrid?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a shootout in this one. Okay, again, Liverpool can't defend, but I think they could beat Real Madrid. I think
Hold
they
up.
can. I think they can, but in my
Hold
opinion,
up.
Real
Let's
Madrid will win
let's dive a little deeper on that. How, Jerry? How?
because at the moment I don't like Real Madrid how they play. I don't think they're super connected because they're trying to play how Xabi Alonso plays, which is a lot of like tiki-taka possession, passes forward, being direct and positional football. When they're down, we've seen how they play. We saw glimpses of it in the Club World Cup. So if Liverpool score first or the second goal, like the whole system is out of the question. Like they're just playing Ancelotti ball again.
Yeah, but we've seen Liverpool go down. or like become really susceptible to like attacks, and this is against lower rated sides, is they currently have Soboslai at right back. So how is he gonna fare when he goes up against a Vinny or Mbappe?
You'll get a free kick and score it from half court. But again, Jesse, you're overlooking how I predicted the Real Madrid games earlier. I said Real Madrid was going to win. I said Liverpool, I think they can beat them, but will they? I don't know. We just got to see again with the cold chemistry thing. You started jumping me, but I'm like, no, I think they can. I don't. I didn't say they would. My prediction was that Real Madrid wins the
All right,
match.
all right.
But good call up. But yeah, again, if Liverpool score first and they're up 1 or 2 goals, they're going back to playing Ancelotti ball, and you're gonna be so pissed watching that.
Nah, dude, I have faith in my coach, dude. Best coach in the world.
Oh, is there any other team you wanted to call out?
Mm, Nothing really catches my eye out besides these, because while we're calling out like teams, we're also calling out matchups for other teams. So I think we've got like the ones that really piqued my interest.
Mhm.
Any for you?
No, I was just gonna ask you, who do you think is gonna be the dark horse? Because I'm already looking at them right now. For me, this is Napoli. I think they lined up well. They made smart transfers. They replaced Romelu Lukaku instantly with Rashford Højlund, who could easily try to like, I guess you could say regain his career because he has a lot of negative connotations towards his name at the moment.
Mhm.
Um, they're on fire. They just came back from winning the Serie A, so I think they could focus more on Champions League. And again, McTominay, he's a different person, and with Kevin De Bruyne putting the ball behind the lines, we'll see what they could do. But yeah, I have Napoli making a run.
It's Marseille for me.
Really?
Yeah, we saw some of it last year with the Zerbi. He showed uh the Zerbi ball can work because last year we had a lot of questions on him, thinking it was just the Brighton system, the Brighton, management just having everything like figured out, which it has carried over to some extent with like the current team still functioning full cylinders. But he went to Marseille and he's had them playing good football and they've done r pretty well. So I expect them to put up a fight this year as well and pull upsets that people don't expect.
Interesting. And it's funny because it's another French club. Last year was Monaco doing those sort of things. What was the other French club?
It was Monaco.
Lille
Was it Lille?
when they
Yeah.
shocked Real Madrid and beating them at home. But yeah, as far as injuries, Jesse, I'm looking them up. Do you know any of the top of your head? I know Frankie De Jong is out due to
Yeah,
oblique injury.
Frankie De Jong, Balde got a hamstring injury.
Hmm.
Ousmane Dembele, Desiree, you said. Uh, who else?
Base. Oh, again, this is not an injury, but Matthias Tell, how he brought him up, how he's like suffering with Tottenham and the new transfers. It looks like he was omitted from the Champions League squad
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
not
yeah.
playing with them.
Which is crazy because he was a not big money because currently, what was it? They bought him for like 40, 50 mil. That's not considered big money. Crazy to think. But yeah, they paid that much money for him this summer, and yet they just omitted him from the Champions League squad, which is not good. Because if you spend that much money for a player, why? There's no reason for you not to put him in your Champions League squad.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what Levy was thinking at the time. Probably one of the biggest blunders. Why you spending that much money on a player that you're not going to play? I have no idea. It's so
Yeah, and
interesting.
especially because then you signed Xavi Simons, like who could play on the left wing and the right wing, basically Matthias Tell spots or a striker. And then
So
they're looking also to buy another striker.
they did buy someone. I feel like they did. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, I feel like they bought some, but I can't remember.
Openda.
Y-
He could play
No,
striker.
no, Openda went to
Oh,
Juventus.
Juventus. Oh my God, why am I
We had
thinking?
this conversation last time.
Oh, Colomuani. They got him on loan.
Yeah, there we go. That's who I was. I was like, I know they bought someone, but I'm like. Yeah.
I keep saying Openda. It's because of the black and white. That's why. So yeah, I feel bad for Tell because he literally left Bayern Munich to get opportunity to play, and then now he's not getting an opportunity to play because they bought more players that play in his position. Gets left out of the Champions League squad. Doesn't look like the coach rates him. So he's gonna have to probably wait until the January transfer market and see where he goes. I think he's probably gonna have to go to like a lower side team too, like Southampton or West Ham, Aston Villa.
Yeah, it's a tough situation because he was a really hyped prospect like 2 years ago, and he's just fallen down the pecking order to like other players just rising up, and it's just because he hasn't had game time because he's shown that he has ability when he's played, but yeah, it's how it works sometimes in football. Sometimes you make the wrong decision transfer wise, and you get just stuck in horrible situations.
It looks like Connor Bradley came back from injury and then he got potentially re-injured in the Ireland game. So that's interesting. Uh, William Saliba sets a mid crunch roll on Arsenal fixtures. Yeah, we that was before international break, right?
Hmm.
Um, I wish there was like FootMob will give you a list of injuries that just
Injuries,
happened,
yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. I
but I
can't find
can't.
any.
Me neither. I looked up international break injuries and it just brings me the same ones, but.
Yeah.
I know the Frankie the John one was one of them. I think there were rumors that Lamine had back issues, but he clearly played pretty much the whole game, so he's fine. Lost his passport though.
That's so funny.
Uh, but I think Cole Palmer hints at imminent return from injury after pulling out of the Chelsea squad before international break.
Oh, did someone else from oh Moises Caicedo, didn't he get injured?
I'm not sure,
I think I remember seeing something about that. Now that you said Copar, I'm like, I know someone from Chelsea had injury trouble.
but other than that, do you have any other news, Jesse?
No. N Slow week, guys, international break, it's just the worst I know.
It's fantasy football time.
Let's not talk about that. I had a bad weekend, dude. Let's not talk about that.
It's fantasy football. The Bears are playing their first game, so we're gonna go ahead and watch that. But thank you guys so much for watching again. This is Jesse and Jerry, Play On Podcast. Said it right that time. Peace.
Peace.